Everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. It's JaKayla, and I am about to do a sip and tell. It wasn't that great. I don't know, sometimes I just come up with these crazy things. But I have this bottle of vinegar, of vodka, and it's not that much in there. It's like not even half. I'm not going to drink this whole thing. But it's going to be real fun. I am just going to be telling you about my failed sugar daddy experience. This literally happened or is still happening right now to this moment. And I just thought it would be funny to document it. And if you're not down for that whole, girls shouldn't have sugar daddies or da-da-da, don't watch this video. If you're going to be judgmental, don't watch this video. However, it's going to be a good video. So, yeah, I'm not going to ramble too much. So, let's get into the story time. So, I just poured some vodka into a cup of of orange juice. Jesus. Lord help me. This is not bad. It's actually really good. I'm going to... add a little bit more. Yeah, this slap. You gotta try this. This is just some regular orange juice and some vodka. Ooh, that was kind of strong. But, so to get started with this video, if you watched my last video, then you know that I just moved to the Atlanta, Georgia area. So I'm in Woodstock, Georgia, which is like a suburban area of Georgia. And right now, I do have a job now. Not really what I wanted, but it's still a blessing. And at the time when this all happened, I was looking for just like a part-time job. Because I didn't necessarily have a full-time job, but I knew that when I started a full-time job, that I wanted to have a part-time job. So, there's that. And for my part-time job, I wanted it to be fun, I wanted it to be on the weekend, and I wanted to work at a club. So, I looked into getting a few like bartender jobs slash waitress jobs at like Magic City, a few new clubs, one called Revel, and I can't think of the other one that I had applied to. But at the time, I didn't have an Instagram. So, I didn't have an Instagram. And on the application, they asked for like an Instagram name. So, most likely, that's probably why I didn't get like a call back from anything. Because it was just, basic information with no like face to go along with it. And the people I was handing my application to wasn't like the store, the manager or whatnot. So, there's that. So, I went to this club called Mansion and Lime. And when I went there, when you go to these places, you got to look down up. You got to look, like you about to go to work right after the interview or whatnot. And I didn't necessarily have an interview, but the club wasn't open, but it was open for like business hours, but it wasn't open for like, club or whatnot. And it was open from from 12 to 6. So when I had went, the lady, she was one of the managers, and she was real cool. She told me to fill out an application, and on the application, again, it asked for my Instagram. Didn't have an Instagram. And while I was filling it out, afterwards, she was just like, here, it's like an alcohol test. And mind you, I used to work at Hooters. And to work at Hooters, you have to pass, you get the job regardless, but in order to start, your actual training, you have to pass like the menu test and you have to pass the alcohol test. So I had a test like this before, but I studied prior to actually like having the test. So when she handed me the test, I was not ready. I don't know drinks. I know how to drink them. That's about it. So really, when I did the test, I completely failed it. I think I just got Hennessy right, and I know that. And I think I said that was whiskey, so actually I'm pretty sure I just, bombed that test. So after I got done with the test, when I was walking out to my car, one of the guys was just like one of the managers, he was like, "How'd you do on your test?" Because he had saw me walk in. I'm trying to keep it interesting by, I keep taking a sip. And he had saw me walk in, and he was just like, "Oh, like, how did you do?" And I was just like, "I don't think I got the job." And he was like, "Why not?" And I'm like, "Well, I had the alcohol test, and I didn't do so well on that." He was like, "Oh, well, I'm one of the managers, take my number down. I hope you all get in. Well, I hope you get in or whatnot." And I'm like, "Okay, bet. Like, you can get me in. Like, who? Of course." And mind you, at the time, I didn't really peep his age, didn't really, like, I saw his face, but I really didn't, like, care too much about his face, because all I heard was, I can get you in. Alright, sorry about that. I'm doing this video when everybody is home, which is the worst possible time, but that's okay. So, I believe I was at where the dude was approaching me or whatnot. Like I said, wasn't really paying attention to his face or anything like that. But, all I heard was he can get me in for the job. So I'm like, okay, bet. Gave him my name, gave him my number, whatnot. And so, like, literally right after, like, as I drove off, he called me. He's like, so what's your deal? Because not a lot of people know this, but I got into a car accident in January. And so my car is still drivable. It just, she looked crazy. Like, you can't, like, this may sound like over my head, but, like, when I walk out, it's just like, oh, she's driving that car? Like, why is she driving that car? So it's really like that. Like, it's one that, like, it still drives. It just looks completely crazy. Like, yeah. And he was just like, so what's your deal? And I was just like, what do you mean? He was like, do you need money? Like, do you need some help? Like, where you from? Da 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 da. And I'm just like, because mind you, this man don't know me. I just literally just gave him my name. He know I'm looking for a job. And I was just like, oh, well, I did just move down here. And I was like, no, I don't really need money. I'm just looking for a part-time gig. I was like, I'm in between jobs right now, da da da. Like, giving him some information, but not revealing too much. And he's just like, oh, well, I would love to take you out, get to know you, and better help you, get into the job or whatnot. Because he was like, at the time, we're not hiring, but, if you need something immediately, I know some people in the area who own some clubs, da da da. And I'm like, okay, y'all, I'm getting so high. Like, this drink hit. But, and I'm like, okay, like, cool, free dinner, that's fine. And because I live so far, and in general, because I didn't know him, let me just say that, and I live so far, I was just like, okay, like, I can meet you up somewhere. He was like, okay. And so we planned for the next following day to go to Maggiano's, which is just like a Italian restaurant. Sips. But so we went or whatnot, and but right before our like date or whatnot, because we had scheduled for 8 o'clock. He always FaceTimes me. Like, we don't really text like that, and I'm not really a texter anyways. And people who know me know I hate texting. Like, I'd rather just FaceTime you. And while we was FaceTiming, like, I was looking at him, because this was like our first, like, it was like our first initial, like, talking on the phone or whatnot, FaceTime, because we were texting, but, like, he was just picking up how I was texting back so slow. And when he had FaceTime me, I'm looking at him, I'm just like, hold up. How old is this man? Because, I don't know. Like, he just knew people. He said he knew people that own restaurants. And in my head, that's like, okay, he has to be older. Obviously, he has to be older. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's like, 40-ish, 30s. And personally, I'm not attracted to older men. Like, I love somebody who is, like, my age doing their thing. Like, you don't have to be 5-6 years older than me to be doing your thing. Like, I am really attracted to people around my age, doing what they gotta do. So, like, while we're on FaceTime, I'm like, how old are you? And he's like, oh, like, how old do you think I am? I'm like, I don't know, like, 40s. It was like, I really don't know. Because he was light skinned. And he had like a, not beard, but like a goatee. His hair was cut shorter and he was tall. I remember that he was tall. But like, I really couldn't make up his body type, if that makes sense. Like, I couldn't make out if he was built or not. And he's like, oh, well, I'm 57. You're how old? He was like, yeah, I'm 57. And I'm like, and mind you, he told me this before the date. And I'm the type of person where I feel like, I don't know, I'm really, not a lot of people would say this, but I personally think I am. I'm really nice. And like, when I say I'm going to do something, I am one to like follow through. Even if I'm going to be late, I'm going to follow through. Like, that's really big. And like, I didn't want to really cancel on him. I really didn't have nothing to do anyways. So when he told me that, I was just like, oh, okay. He was like, is that going to be a problem? And I was like, oh, I mean, we're just, kicking it or whatnot. Like, it's okay. Back in my head, I'm thinking JaKayla, free meal. Job. Free meal. Job. And so, we meet up or whatnot. And mind you, I'm already late, like I said. Because I was already skeptical, because now I'm getting ready, and I was like, okay, like, I already had an outfit picked out, but now it's like, okay, do I want to wear this outfit? Because I was wearing a black fitted dress, and now since I knew his age, I'm just like, I'm built, so it's just like, okay, I don't want to wear this, but I wore it anyways. So when we get there, when I get there, he's sitting at the table or whatnot. We're talking, chopping it up, and he's just like, you're so beautiful, da-da-da. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, what about this job, though? And he's just like talking my head off, telling me that he wants to provide for me. And I'm just like, oh, you don't have to do that. I'm like, you don't even know me. And I'm really big on, like, I don't know, like, it's hard for me to accept people giving me things if not saying if I feel like I don't deserve it, but if I don't really know where it's coming from. Like, oh, you love me, or you care about me, we family, you're giving me something. Okay, even still, I'm kind of like, I'd rather be the giver or whatnot. But I appreciate gifts or whatnot. But this is day 1.5. Like, you don't really know me. And he's just like, oh, like, I was peeping your car, do you need some work done to it? He was like, how about I just buy you a car? And I was telling him what kind of car it was, like, I wanted. And I was just kidding. He was like, well, if you're not busy tomorrow, I'll take you to the car lot and buy you a car. And I was just like, what? Like, all this was just not making sense to me, because he doesn't know me. Like, what do you mean? Like, you want to buy me a car? Like, I want a job. Like, I want to get my own car. And he's just like, because I'm voicing this to him, because I'm like, you don't have to do none of that. Like, chill, you moving, like, where's all this coming from? And he's just like, I can sense that, God sent me to, bless you, and I asked for you, and here you are, and I'm so thankful. And he just kept saying thank you. Like, I don't know, like, when the waiter would come, I would order my drinks, order my food or whatnot. He would just, like, look at me and say thank you. And I just was like, why do you keep saying that? And he was just like, because, I got what I asked for from God, and, you're just so amazing. I can sense that, you're not going to use me, da-da-da. And I really just break down, and I just ask him, what is your intentions on, us meeting right now? Because I was like, because personally, I just wanted to get to know you, and I really just wanted to know about that job. And he was just like, I get it, but I really just want to get to know you with the intentions of making you my girl. And I'm like, your girl. And he was like, have you ever heard of the term sugar daddy? Why, yes, I have. However, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, sugar daddy, I'm not going to go there, because I don't want to do what you, like, when you hear sugar daddy, you hear of a female, you know, giving herself to a man for money in return. At least that's what I hear. And I'm like, yes, I'm familiar with the term. And he was just like, well, you know, I just want to provide for you. He was just like, but don't take it in that type of way. I was like, what do you mean? That's what you just said, though. He was like, no, I use that term because I know you would be familiar with it. But, you know, I really just want to be a friend and a friend that helps you out, you know, until you get on your feet. And I'm like, okay. And he's just like, but I do want you. And every time he would say this, it would make me so uncomfortable. Like, 57 years old. My granny's only, I think, 56. No. Like, no. So, as he's saying all of this, I'm just like, like, it's sounding so good, you know, help me out. You know, I just moved here. I'm without a job. But I didn't want to be, like, I'm not really one for, like, commitments. That sounds bad. I can be committed, but it really takes me a good minute for I can be fully committed to anybody, for real, for real. Family, that's my family. However, when it comes to, like, people, like, my friends, like, it took me a minute to grow as close as I am with my friends for them to be, like, my road dogs. Like, for real, for real. So when it came to him saying all of this and it just sounded really intimate, I was just wasn't really down for that. I'm so hot. Like, hold up. Yeah, my eyes getting red. Oh, we 11 minutes into this video. I need to wrap it up. So, bottom line, I eventually ended up going. When I mean that I ended up, you know, saying, okay, if you strictly just want to be my friend and help me out, I'm down for that. So I think the next following week, we went, well, initially we were going to go shopping. He just told me that he wanted to take me shopping. I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. Haven't been to the mall yet here. It's tons of malls, but I haven't been to a mall yet since I had moved here. And he's like, yeah, I just want to take you shopping. But mind you, I'm not getting that job. But he's like, yeah, I want to take you shopping, da da da. But as I'm telling him about my previous night, I'm like, yeah, I didn't really sleep so good, da da da. And I end up voicing that I was sleeping on an air mattress. I have no problem sleeping on an air mattress. It's temporary. I told myself I was going to buy me a bed. Eventually, you know, I was living in college, and in college, I always had mattresses provided. Like, a girl never bought a mattress before. And when I said that, he's like, you want to go shopping and you're not sleeping on the bed, da da da. Let's go buy you a bed. I'm like, okay. We go to Macy's. Never went to Macy's for a bed. And when we go to, like, the furniture department, and, like, all the beds were, like, mad expensive. But we initially were just looking at, like, the bed frames. And he, like, I really was, like, saying I really like one of the ones that was, like, gray. It was so extra. I loved it. And he ended up buying it for me. So the bed was $360. Well, the bed frame was $360. However, the lady talked us into getting, like, insurance or something like that, which was another $100. And then delivery was another $100. So it was like it was like $580. Because with tax and everything like that, it was like $580. And he put everything in my name. It got shipped to my house, and he paid with cash. But when he paid for with cash, he gave me the cash and, like, had me give it to the lady. And he told me that the reason why he did that was because he doesn't want me to feel like, you know, I owe him anything that, you know, was his is mine and what's mine is mine. What girl doesn't want to hear that? Mind you, this man is older, so I'm already getting stares from people, and it's already just uncomfortable. But that's just how that day went. And previously, before that, he bought me some perfume. This perfume I really love called Alien. And I did not know it was so expensive, but it was buy one, get one half off. And that ended up being like $300. So in total, he spent like, what? Like a little, almost $900 on me. Because with tax and everything, it was like almost $900. And we were about to go buy a mattress, but he had to get back to work. Because mind you, he works at the club. And during the club, they get shipping orders and all this other type of stuff. And like around here, like in Atlanta, well, we were in the Atlanta area, it gets mad crazy around like rush hour time. So we left. And he ended up being like, okay, like I'll get you a mattress another day. So I got this bed frame come in, but no mattress. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then he ends up telling me like, oh, like he can't buy me a mattress because the day we were supposed to go out and get my mattress, he had to go to a doctor's appointment. He don't got health insurance. He had to pay for all his doctor's appointments or whatever the case is. And so he ended up pretty much not buying me a bed. And I ended up like, I'm going on week, 4 without a job. And I'm like, okay, man, bump this. Like, and he still wants to hang out with me. But now at this point, I'm like, okay, you're not following through. Saying that you're going to do something, but you never ended up doing it for me. I told him no for the car. So we never even went to a car lot. Because he really wanted to take me to a car lot. But I said, no, like, that's just too much. That's you doing way too much. Pretty much what ended up happening is, like, he still calls me and texts me every single day. Because he really still wants to hang out with me. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm not uncomfortable to be around him. But I don't want to feel like I'm using him. Because, one, I returned that bed frame. I had to return it. Why not? Like, why not just have that money in my hand? Like, I got things I got to pay for. So I returned it. And, yeah, so that happened. Perfume I kept. And, yeah, I just don't know how to be a sugar baby, I guess. Because I feel like you really have to talk to these people every single day. And the dude, you know, who I was interacting with, he was mad cool. And I still want to be his friend. But accepting gifts from him, I just feel like it's too much. Because once, the day he took me shopping, right after that, I met somebody at the mall. And I ended up going, like, to a hookah bar with them and just, like, hanging out with them. And he ended up calling me and was like, where are you at? Where are you at? What are you doing? And I'm like, oh, like, I met some people. Like, I'm at a hookah bar. He's like, well, I just want to let you know, like, that just looks weird for me. Like, what if somebody I know sees you out? You know, that makes me look goofy, da-da-da. I'm like, Kevin, we're friends, right? It's like I always have to keep reminding him that we're friends. So it's just like little things that I do bother him. But he still wants to, like, I don't know. This story, I'll do another story time. But this video I know is already mad long. So I'm in it here. I'm lit. I'm real hot. You can even see, like, I'm pretty sure at the beginning of this video, my eyes were not, like, how they're looking right now. But, yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. And be sure to like it if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe if you want to subscribe. And I'm going to do another video very soon. Don't know what it's going to be on. But it's going to be lit. So, yeah. Have a good day. Bye.